It's the last day of the opera lab at the Gulbenkian. We're going to present the opera today for a lot of people and we're going to get some feedback on it. I'm having a kind of musical existential crisis type thing. The more we cover it, I think this isn't good enough, and I'm a bit nervous because I know people, when they come to hear an opera, they expect to hear a particular thing because they've got this idea of what it should sound like and how it should be this difficult, avant-garde, dissonant thing.
Here I am on stage in the centre. Some steps that go down to somewhere. Intriguing. More steps. I guess all this is out of bounds. And then, oh, there's another cat. Oh, can you see them? Oh.
This music that I've written is very approachable. I really thought about text setting and I wanted it to feel natural in terms of how the words would be sung, but also there are moments where, say, the mother character gets a bit neurotic and like a robot, and the word setting sort of is skewed a bit. So like the emphasis would be on other vowels and syllables of a word that you wouldn't expect because it's more like a robot. So I took advantage of that. I think word setting is very important, and you can use that then to play with the robot aspect that I have, where that you can mess with the stresses on the words.
This is amazing. Here I am in some like huge amphitheatre thing in the Gulbenkian Foundation. Oh look, a stone seat. Feels okay. Hey bird. Trying to find the seat. Which one did you book?
I don't want to just write simple music in a world where everything is avant-garde or experimental. That's not what I'm saying, because this music is not simple. The opera as a whole is going to develop, there's going to be more avant-garde moments in it. As it progresses, especially in the second act, it's going to be more freer. There's going to be an open space of frequency explored, so it's going to sound dissonant and experimental. And it reflects the narrative, it reflects those characters that live in that world where they try to transverse boundaries. There'll be a moment where I accidentally write something tonal and someone's going to think, that sounds like this. It's going to remind them of something else. Whether that be an avant-garde piece of music or a tonal piece of music. These are always going to happen and I can't escape it, so in this instance I'm just not trying to avoid it, which is freeing in a way.
I see what they're doing now actually. As you can see behind this stage here, you've got this beautiful view. If you look inside the big main performance space that they have, there's this amazing view behind, like a huge open window, and it's like they're doing the same thing here for the outside venue.
I was given the challenge of having to write musical quotations in the opera. We quote the Spice Girls. We quote the Supremes. There's a few quotations in that. I didn't want to just have those stand out. I wanted to integrate them into the music. I wanted to foreshadow it. And so the music had to be harmonically this way, so that they came out not in a way that shocked people and stood out, and I wanted them to feel like they belonged to the music, so that you didn't really notice that they were other quotes, but then you heard them.
Yeah, trying to blend in I Will Survive into avant-garde opera. It's not that easy.
The quotations represent the LGBTQ community and the drag queens. They only sing in quotations because that's their identity, and I wanted that to be integrated into this world, because in real life these people are integrated into this world. But when we move on to the next part of the opera, where we explore that world more and it opens up and we get to see these people and who they are deep down, and we sort of take off the veil of these anthems, these quotations, and we see the music underneath, and we can explore this open space of frequency more. It's going to be more fluid, and you're going to hear different tunes in the frequency that I just explore without worrying about what style it is, whether it's avant-garde, dissonant, consonant. People are going to hear these styles and they're going to impose these boundaries on music. It just happens, and we are living in this system of boundaries and we can't escape it. But if these boundaries didn't exist and you just explored frequency, what would it sound like? Would you experience each new note as a new note in that moment within itself and just enjoy it? Or would you put it together and go, that sounds like jazz, that sounds like avant-garde, that's atonal, that's consonant? And that's what I'm exploring. But this first thing that we're presenting in this lab, the Act 1 finale scene, it's tame in relation to what avant-garde the style is.
Sometimes music's written despite you, and I think that's what happens with me. I just find it floating in the ether and I think, well, that shall be the music.
I'm worried they're just going to say that's very unsophisticated and not avant-garde enough. But I've got my reasons for it. And my main problem is just making sure I explain that clearly.
I've never met the criteria for a particular thing before, ever. I'm currently back in the hotel room, having kind of like a 2-hour break after rehearsals. I don't like all this, I get really anxious, I just want to get on with it. It's crucial that I do not fall asleep.
Avant-garde music has died. We're not being forward-thinking anymore. And I don't think there's anything we can do. And I think the issue is having all these definitions. We're too critical and self-reflective and self-conscious about what we write. And it's limiting. And I'm very aware of all these boundaries and limitations.
Something happens when you're in a show like this. You get to know people a bit better, and it's like a bonding experience when you rehearse something with people. You become close. It's like this lovely experience. You've all gone through something together, and then it's over. And it feels like it's been years. It's only been 4 days, and I'll just miss everyone. I hope we do get to actually write the full opera, because it would be so fun just working with these people more. I really like them, and this whole experience has been really fun. Meeting people that are similar in energies as well. You don't often meet people that you can connect with. I don't know if it's just the event that makes you bond with people or what. Oh, also, achievement of today, I saw 3 cats.